Today is the 26th of February 2021. I want to touch for a moment on something that our Congress, our elected legislative body, has done as of yesterday. What is called the Equality Act. Interesting name. This sounds wonderful, isn't it? It's something, it's the Equality Act. It's all about equality. It's not about equality. It is about inequality. And why is it about inequality? Because it elevates some people's rights over your rights that you already have. Everybody that's listening to this needs to look this up. And they have to look at this with an open mind. It's about time you start paying attention to what the people that you elect into Congress do when they make laws. I'm going to give it to you a simplified version of what this law is about. This law gives certain people groups in this nation the rights to override any right that you have in regards to employment, how you practice religion, your parental rights and medical decisions with your children, and women's rights. And there's some other aspects of it. You have to look at this. Now, what is it? What am I talking about? Well, there is this basically says that anybody can use whatever bathroom they want, regardless of who's in there, no matter what. By law, you can't do a damn thing about it. If I decide I feel like a woman today, I want to go in and sniff the toilet seats in a woman's bathroom. Every woman that hears my voice knows damn well there's a lot of perverted, horrible men who will feel that they are now empowered to do whatever the hell they want, and there's nothing you can do about it. They can walk into a woman's bathroom and do whatever you want, and you can't do a damn thing about it. Your children, let's say you have an 8-year-old that feels like he wants to be a girl, and he can go to a doctor without your consent. Now, I don't know how you get the funds for this, but I probably figured they'd have taxpayers' money for this. And this sounds crazy, and it's not. This is the truth. Look it up. You as a parent have to give consent for any kind of surgery your child has, except if your child wants gender reassignment surgery, and then the government says you have to do it. You have no choice. And a doctor has to do it. He has no choice. He can't change it. He's forced to do it. On another note, biological men can compete with women in sports on any level that they choose, whether it's pee-wee football or college basketball. There's no more such thing as a women's league for anything. Women should be infuriated by this. These are Democrats, folks. That's what these people do. You need to wake up. This affects everybody. As a person of faith, and I don't care what faith you are. I'll give you an example. A Jehovah's Witness organization wants to hire somebody. They want to hire another Jehovah's Witness. They want us within their organization. And according to the Religious Freedom Act of 1993, they have the right to do so. This will circumvent that right. Can you imagine? Jehovah's Witness does not want to hire a Catholic, and vice versa. And they shouldn't have to. They shouldn't have to. And I can't imagine. It's like somebody. It's an Islamic organization hiring an evangelical Christian. They're not going to do it. People, this is just how it is. I mean, and I don't have a problem with it. I think people should be able to hire whoever they want to hire. They shouldn't be forced to do so based on a government mandate. Folks, we got a problem. I want you to listen to me. You cannot let your elected representatives in Congress pull this kind of nonsense. Joe Biden is going to sign any kind of law that they throw in front of him that suits his agenda. That guy is a puppet. You can't see it. He doesn't look. I was raised by elderly people who maintain their faculties to the very end. To the very end. And my uncle was 93 when he passed, and he was still a sharp guy. Joe Biden does not have the mental capacity of my incapacitated 93-year-old uncle. I am telling you. And I'm sure there's a lot of people who have elderly parents who see it. That guy is going to sign anything. This Equality Act, if it's signed into law, is going to circumvent a lot of things that a lot of you people are not going to be happy about. I can't imagine having children. And then the educational system will indoctrinate your children about gender identity. An 8-year-old does not have the right to pick what gender. They may feel like a girl today. Tomorrow they may feel like a giraffe. Kids are like this. You know, and it's normal for little boys and little girls to want to, to question. That's a normal thing. I think we all did it in some fashion or another. But we eventually grow into who we are. We don't need an educational system trying to feed people's delusions of nonsense. Democrats like to say they're the party of science. They are not the party of science. They are the party of what's convenient for them and their agenda. And I'm talking to people of faith right now. I don't care who's watching this. I don't care if you're Buddhist, if you're Hindu. I don't care if you're Muslim. I don't care what denomination of the Christian faith you are. But if you really believe the nonsense these people are pushing on you, and it's going to affect your place of worship. And what it is, it's the Democrats are trying to break down the very fabric of our society at the basic level of it, which is the family. Okay, and if you haven't noticed, liberalism is becoming like a secular religion. Look what they do now. If you're labeled a heretic and a blasphemer if you don't agree with their social agenda, your wokeness, if you don't do this, you don't do that, then you're not. It's become a religion. It's become a pseudo-religion. It's become an atheistic type theology that if you don't believe in its tenets, you become the blasphemer, you become the heretic. And they tried to punish you socially some way or another. You see it every day. If you're on social media, you see it every day. Let's look at the next comedian who they go through a tweet that was from 15 years ago, find something and they deplatform them. Mr. Potato Head is no longer Mr. Potato Head. He's just Potato Head. He's now a non-gender Potato Head. They're trying to strip the social norms that have held society together since the beginning of time. This is what they're doing. Do you think China does this stuff? The Chinese are the most nationalistic, cohesive people on the planet. But you never hear that. You never hear that. You can be a proud Chinese and be a China first. If they got that together, boy, even though they're communists. This stuff is about weakening our nation. It's about weakening Western society in general, and to conquer it ideologically. Look up the Equality Act. And what you do is you send emails to your congresspeople, see how they voted for this, give them bloody hell if they voted for it. And I know here in Illinois they did, the lousy, good-for-nothing SOBs. And I got 2 senators, Durbin and Duckworth. They're both worthless. Durbin's been in there since '97. These guys stay in, they're there till they die. They have these, their liberal values are not the values of everyday people. They're always fringe values on a minority of a minority people. I don't care what the hell color you are. Black people should be enraged about this kind of stuff. You know, boy, I like to think I got a little bit of handle on black culture in this country. Just a little bit. Just a little. And the nonsense that they will put up with based on they think everybody that's not their color is out for them. But these politicians, these Democrat politicians, they just want your votes. If you believe in family, you believe in a strong family value, and so many black Americans do, because traditionally they used to have very strong, cohesive families. It's the Democrats that destroyed the black family in this country. Wake the hell up! Do you think, I'm in plenty of black churches, do you think for 5 minutes a black woman's going to tolerate some black man walking in the bathroom in the church because he thinks he's a woman? If you think they're going to tolerate that, you haven't been around many black people. It's time to wake up, folks. This is nonsense. You need to look up your representatives and deal with them accordingly. Hold on. I thought you were selling that thing. Oh, hell no. It's too small for my liking. If I could fit a 20-foot steel pole in there, I'd think about it. Till next time.